I think I want to start off by saying that I find making YouTube videos really hard. This is my first week putting videos on YouTube, and my first time, I think, yeah, my first time actually sitting in front of the camera and speaking to it directly. So I've already done this about 4 or 5 times, and who knows how many times I'm actually going to get this uh, done again before it's right. So actually the point of this video though is that I really wanted to um, share some things that are working for me around managing impulsivity, around managing emotional dysregulation, which has been a part of my life for a number of years. And these issues are kind of creeping up for me right now. Because I'm dealing with some losses that are significant to me. So I've really benefited a lot from various YouTube videos that I've watched where people have been sharing what's working for them. And the funny thing, which is not really funny, but the funny thing is that I find that when I am in a state of high dysregulation, um, it doesn't occur to me to think of what to do. I mean, it feels like it's the first time I've been there. It feels like I'm not going to be able to get through it. It just feels like it really overtakes me. And, although I have been practicing various DBT skills, um, they just don't come to me right in the midst. So, but today was really interesting. I woke up this morning and I realized that I was probably feeling really impulsive. And the reason that I kind of realized that is I thought, I don't know what's going to happen today. And to think that you don't know what's going to happen today and have no idea how the day might end, for me to be in that place means that I'm really impulsive because it feels like anything could happen. Whatever my mind gets kind of latched onto, that I'm going to be funneled right down that track without any breaks. So instead of, allowing my mind to kind of launch into whatever it was going to launch into, I decided to be very constructive and try to figure out and maybe share what has worked and what is really working, not consistently, but I find that what's working for me is being mindful. And I just can't, I'm not really, I mean, I've had a lot of years of practice, but I'm not really good at just kind of sitting down right in the midst of the intensity. I can't do it. And I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to, handle these really, really intense feelings. So I found somebody that's really helpful for me and that I want to share, and we'll put the link in the little area below. Um, DBT, one of the areas that they focus on is mindfulness. And I find that I'm really drawn towards, um, insight meditation. And that has helped me. And there's a particular teacher that I really resonate with a lot. Her name is Tara Brock, and she tells me what to do, which is, I mean, it's kind of amazing to me. Like I don't know how to cope, and she just tells me what to do. And so she has Dharma talks, which are actually in the Buddhist tradition. But of course, you don't have to be Buddhist to benefit. And there's a link both directly to her website, but specifically I have a link for this talk, which I don't remember the name of right now, but it has to do with dealing with loss and really with being with feelings, and how to be with feelings, which is one of my greatest challenges. I don't know how other people do it, but I'm not good at really being with really intense feelings. So, yeah, so I wanted to share. That's my share for today. That listening to teachers that teach mindfulness and actually kind of walk you through kind of staying with yourself and being with yourself in really intense places is what I need, and it's worked. And sometimes, even though listening directly to what she has to share can be a little much. When I first started listening, to some of these talks, I found that one, sometimes they would start making me cry, and then other times I felt so emotionally overwhelmed that I just have to go to bed. So I think I've graduated a little bit and I can tolerate them more. Although sometimes they can still be really hard. They can be hard for me. And I've found that what I do now is, which might be a little odd. Shucks, my phone is ringing. A second. Okay, I'm back. So, what I was saying is that sometimes it's really intense, even when I'm listening to these talks on mindfulness. And I find that what's been helpful for me in being able to kind of still stay with myself and stay open enough to hear what's being said is I go on my little virtual tours on Google Maps Street View. And I find that I can travel all over the world to places that I've either been to or haven't been to, and drive around. And I find that really comforting for me. It's actually a source of comfort. For years, and thank goodness it's not as prevalent in my life these days. That's actually how I would check out. Google Maps didn't exist at that time, but I, would be in a conversation, and for whatever reason, um, I would dissociate, and my mind would be somewhere on the road, somewhere, that I'd been before, and I didn't feel like I had any control over it. Um, but something in just kind of being on the road has been a source of comfort for me. So it's great in this day and age to actually be able to intentionally decide, I'm going to go to, South Africa or, Brazil or somewhere in the US or Europe or, lots of different places that I can just travel there. And as a source of comfort, I can do that and listen to being mindful, which sounds like it might be two different things. Like my attention is split, but it actually allows me to get close enough to my feelings and still feel like I can tolerate that space. So it's been good. So that's just another thing that I wanted to share, that go on a virtual vacation. That might be something that, can help you kind of reground yourself. All right, so that's it for me and for today and in my first video in front of the camera. All right, thanks for listening. Bye.